There we go. Hello, everyone. It's been brought to my attention, and I am aware of the fact that Troy has a camera has split in half. The news came out just yesterday that Tim Sutton and Joseph Delage have officially and formally departed from THAC. Now, I've done some research because I wanted to know what was going on, and apparently back in October something happened, and Tim and Joseph resigned officially. And now I've read two accounts straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. The first from Troy. Troy posted a forum thread in the THAC forums explaining the situation, saying that Troy and the others agreed, and that Tim and Joseph had left amicably. That's his word, not mine. So it was not mutual, but it was on good terms that they have left. And that Clear Lakes 44 is still going on. The THAC is still going to continue doing things as promised, bringing out new ideas, new segments. However, at the moment it's just Troy and Noah. It's just the two of them. So the original trio has officially broken up. The second account came from Tim, from his Tumblr account, and he said much the same thing. He resigned, although he said that it was unfortunate that it had to come to that, or something along the lines, and made it seem like, not that he was forced to, but that the circumstances forced him to. I don't know. It was an odd post on Tumblr. Regardless, he agreed that they left on good terms. They're still friends, and that Tim and Joseph will continue to work and make their own things, which is great that they're doing creative things on their own. It's just that THAC is such a big part of my life, and I think that everyone here feels sad, because this is the end of an era. Who knows what the choices, what decisions were made that made them resign from THAC, but I respect that this was a decision that they made, that this was a choice they saw would be the best for them and the best for THAC in the end. However, Troy did say that at the moment their appearance, Troy and Joseph, Tim and Joseph's appearance in future THAC videos, including Clear Lakes 44, in which Tim has already made a cameo appearance, that's up in the air now. It's very uncertain if they will reappear in any THAC-related content. Fair, considering that they quit. So now it's just Troy and Noah working together on things. And now, I don't see how this will affect Clear Lakes in the short term, because my guess is they started filming some point in summer of 2015, and so they have a good backlog of broadcasts to pump out before they run into now. If I were them, I would have a whole season. Sorry, I had a lot to eat. If I were them, I would have had a whole season planned and ready to go, ready to be uploaded. And but I'm not them. I don't know what their plans are. What I do know is that they promise Clear Lakes 44 will continue as planned. That THAC will continue as planned. Okay, if Troy says so, I believe him. It's called Troy Has a Camera, after all. But it's just... I'm disappointed. I'm sad, because without them, I wouldn't be here. Without them, you wouldn't be here. Without them... They revolutionized the found footage web serial. And without them, I honestly don't know if I would be here today. Not in any metaphysical or like depressing things, but like I wouldn't be at film school. I wouldn't be here in front of a camera. I wouldn't have met the people I did. I would probably be working a dead-end job somewhere. These guys showed what just someone with a camera and some creativity could do. They inspired me to go to film school. They inspired me to realize my dream of being a director, of being a writer, and without them I would not be at this point in my life where I am today. I owe a lot to Troy and Tim and Joseph, and no, I owe them. And it's a shame that I may now never have a chance to tell them that in person or on camera. I mean, I act as if they will be watching this, but I don't think they do. Why would they? They've got their own things to worry about than to watch my stuff. So that's the depressing, sad news out of the way. THAC has gotten smaller. It's still around, but it's gotten smaller. But now is time for the thing you came here to see, the thing we've been waiting 3 weeks for. A new broadcast. This one titled Birdwatcher. I guess this kind of confirms that there's two characters, Walker, Birdwatcher, because now, ever since broadcast 5, they've been naming these broadcasts and saying this one is here, this one's here, this is called Birdwatcher, this one's called Walker. So this is from Birdwalker's perspective, and it's a 5-minute one. This is to date the longest broadcast we've had to date. Ladies and gentlemen, broadcast number 9. I'm going to reposition the camera so you can get frame in frame right here, right here. Broadcast number 9. Okay, so now he's back inside. He's out of the couch. I'm gonna turn up a little bit. He's watching TV. I'm gonna turn up to 20. Oh no, no, oh shit. Okay, and again, what's with these cameras? What are they doing? Who do they belong to? What do they mean? I'll never understand these cameras. Okay, but every time he goes to the door and opens it, something terrible happens. He's even checking behind him now. He's like, oh. Now we're getting trippy. Again. Street light?
The investigation going now. It's still been like 5-6 months and still nothing. It's strange you still say 5-6 months. I think it's been longer, hasn't it? last time? The bird watching? Yeah. Yeah, I've been reading some of the literature that you suggested, been watching them from the window, seeing different ones I like, and sometimes I draw the ones that I find interesting.
Draw?
Yeah.
Can you draw one now?
Like right now?
I'd like to see. Might relax you a bit.
So this is dialogue. This is actual story. Building more of. I'm sorry, Birdwatcher. That's.
You seem very stressed.
It doesn't take 5 seconds to do something like that. It takes a long time to work on that. Yeah, I'm stressed.
It wasn't real. Remember that.
Oh,
It felt real.
it was.
You can't. Our brains are very good at making it seem that way. But based on everything you told me, what you had was just a brief hallucination. It's probably brought on by lack of sleep or any number of benign things. You might have been even sleepwalking.
Look, this isn't the first time this happened. I go into a room, and my leg felt better. Fixed. I walk into a room in my house, I can't see anything. I walk into a completely different place. I'm no longer in my house. Do you understand? I could see a giant blinding light hit me in the face, and then I wake up somewhere else. And while I'm there, I can hear voices trying to reach out to me.
What do they sound like?
It's a person talking, just saying things.
Who do you think it was? Might it have been...
No.
Are you sure? Because it seems reasonable.
Look, she's not here.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write you a prescription for a mild sleeping pill. Nothing too strong. Just something to help you get a little better sleep.
Can you have it delivered here?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Because, I can't leave.
Yeah, I understand.
Agoraphobia, perhaps?
I said I was going to help you, and that's what I'm going to do. Just a phone call away.
I have your number. I'll give you a call.
This is very odd. Don't open the door again. Is that it? Oh, again, it looks like it's it. Okay. Definitely, definitely more of a story in this one, and that's good. That's what I've been asking for 2 months, was an actual tangible story, and now we seem to have it. Odd cutaways to a street lamp in a night wooded area, again as if someone's trying to hijack the broadcasts. And it's very clear now that the only person who seems to be aware of the cameras is Walker himself. The cameras are benign, observing, I suppose, and we see through them, and they're just floating around. They're just doing their thing, and the main characters are obviously unaware of them. That's my interpretation. Now, again, we used to think there were CCTVs or handycams. They aren't. They're floating cameras. I don't know. I can't explain it. Now, what does this mean in terms of story? In terms of what is going on in Clear Lakes 44? Well, clearly Birdwatcher doesn't have a name yet. That's okay. Jay didn't even have a name for the longest time. He was just a guy. Anyways, but Birdwatcher. again, is suffering some sort of mental problems, brought on by some sort of accident or even perhaps a malicious attempt on his life. And by the way he reacted when the doctor there seemed to be a psychiatrist or psychologist, appeared and mentioned it could have been so-and-so, well, he reacted very violently, not violently, but he reacted. He had a very visible reaction. My guess is that whoever it was someone close to him, someone he loved, and either what happened in the accident pushed her away, or her life was taken in the same incident he was injured. Now, this is connected to Marble Hornets, as evidenced by the appearance of Tim. However, and a lot of things he describes, getting up, seeing things, hallucinations, finding himself in different places seemingly instantaneously, hearing voices. Those are all trademark signs of the operator. However, we've seen the creature in this, in Birdwatcher in broadcast number 6. We've seen the creature himself, itself, and it's nothing like the operator. Who is it? What is it? What does it want? All questions that won't be answered anytime soon, which is fair. It was still the beginning of the web series after all, and questions can't just come out just like that. And answers just can't be given with a hand wave. They have to be built up. And they know exactly what they're doing in terms of build-up. This one was a character episode, and it was exactly what the doctor ordered. It's exactly what we needed. Again, he's got agoraphobia. He's afraid to go outside. He's got an injured leg that seems to heal. And it's almost as if he's in the exact same opposite situation. Exact opposite situation as Masky from Marble Hornets, because Marble Hornets, Tim could walk just fine. Masky had a limp, and here he's got a limp, but whenever something's beginning to affect him, he can walk normally or walk fine. And again, it's hard to determine what's going on. We have more of a character background, and that's great. As to what's going on, things are starting to become more clear. We're getting the puzzle pieces a bit at a time, and I realize now that I keep on complaining. But Marble Hornets, the reason why Marble Hornets worked was because, number one, the creature in it, Slender Man, was already set up long before Marble Hornets began in the Unfiction and Something Awful forums. That was a creature that they created, that they built off of. So a lot of the mythology, a lot of the things there were already built in. And they didn't need to build up anything. Anything they did from that point on was just an addition to this creature that had already been created for the internet. Here in Clear Lakes, they have to start from scratch. So they have to introduce all of the cues, all of visually and audio, and they have to introduce the rules of the monster, the creature. They have to set up the world for us. So they're starting from scratch. It's going to take longer. That's just the truth of it. But playing devil's advocate, they set up Marble Hornets with one introduction. They set up the narrative style, they set up the framing device, they set up what it was going to be about. It was a found footage movie. They set up it was going to be horror. They set up characters. So they set up everything within about 2 minutes with Marble Hornets. Here, it's been taking them about 2 months for them to get everything together. And now I think the story is finally taking off. We finally left the introduction phase. I think we're finally entering what I could call Chapter 1. I could be wrong. It depends on where they take the next broadcast. But that's how I feel. And that's about as much as I can go into it at this moment. Everything from this point forward is just me reiterating what I've already said. Did I like it? Yes. Again, it's exactly what we needed. It's exactly what we needed. We needed an exposition episode, at least to help us figure out why we should care about this guy, who he is. Could this have happened later? No, it could not, because of the way they built the series. Exposition episodes are only going to come when they fit in the timeline that they created. We couldn't have put this anywhere in there because, he can't have just called a psychologist. He needed a reason to call a psychologist, which he did in broadcast 6. Broadcast 7, he called a psychiatrist. Broadcast 9, the psychiatrist arrives. However, with Walker, number 1, Walker appears and then vanishes, and then in Walker, broadcast 8, it's nighttime. And so how is this going to work? My guess is that we're seeing 2 interconnected stories playing out at different points in time and space. We're seeing 2 different narratives being played out. On Walker's side, it's nighttime. He's hiding, he's running. I'm assuming it's a he until further notice. But with Birdwatcher, as far as I can tell, it's the same day as Birdwatcher number 6. And possibly 3. I'll have to take a look. 3 is definitely a different day. So what I think was that Clear Lakes 1, 2, 3, and 4 were to set up the world-ish. 5 was to introduce Walker. 6 was to introduce Birdwatcher and the creature that's hunting him down. 7, he called his doctor to come down and help him out. And as far as I can tell, Broadcast 9 takes place on the same day, just a few hours later. Whereas Broadcast 8 takes place a few hours after Broadcast 4. Does this make sense? I think so. Which means that Walker and Birdwatcher's timelines are interconnected but aren't parallel. They aren't happening at the same time. They're happening in different points in time from each other. We're getting non-linear storytelling, basically. And that's good. They're good at non-linear storytelling. They're good at making us figure out where in the narrative this fits. And we don't have a lot to go on still, exactly. Again, this is the longest broadcast that's been released so far, so who knows either A, where it's going to go, and B, if they're going to add more characters, what's going to happen with Birdwatcher. How is Walker important? I don't know. That's just the truth. Oh, man. Regardless, there's more questions than answers now, but at least we have something to go off of then. This doesn't make any sense what's going on. Now we have tangible questions like, what happened to him? How did he get his leg busted up? Why can't he go outside? Who is she that he mentioned? Where does she go? What's happening to him? Wide variety of things like that. Tangible questions, not just, what's going on? That's not a good question. That doesn't help us. But now there's tangible questions, like who is she? Where did she go? What's Walker doing? How can he do it? Those are tangible questions. Those are questions they can answer. So let's just sit back, let's just wait. It's probably going to be another couple weeks before another Clear Lakes comes out, which is fine. That's how things go. So I'm going to leave it at that because I've been talking for 25 minutes and I'm sleepy. But that's it. That's broadcast number 9. And I have nothing currently to do except say thanks for watching. And I'll see you all in the next broadcast.